Hi everyone. This week has been a bit of a strange week. I haven't done that much filming, but I'm going to do my best to explain what I've done every day basically. So obviously we came back from Lithuania on Sunday, quite early actually, so it was quite a nice way to come back from a holiday. I didn't have to kind of like rush to kind of get settled back in. If you haven't seen the Lithuania video, definitely go watch it because it was a nice surprise for us, I think. It was such a lovely city, so yeah, go watch it if you haven't. On Monday I had the day off, so I actually booked that day off before we even booked flights for Lithuania, so it was just kind of like a nice surprise that I had a day off really. I spent that day going to Guildford, basically finishing off the shopping that my cousin and I started like a couple of weeks ago, and I bought a top from Zara, so it wasn't that exciting. I also got my eyebrows done, but she went too thin, like way too thin. So I've actually drawn about, I've drawn about that much of my eyebrow. It's the thinnest it's ever been. Don't go to new places if you know a good place, because eyebrows make or break your face. I then went and spent the day with my mum and dad, basically help them garden, because whenever they come around to ours, they're always like, oh, you've got really nice plants, you have this and that, because obviously being younger, the internet generation, you do kind of research what plants to put in, whereas my mum and dad kind of garden by chance, if that's a good way to put it. They basically choose the plants that they like. They don't really have a scheme and they just go with the flow, which I kind of like actually. So yeah, I went to help them garden, spent a bit of time with them. We did a border in the front of the house, which is quite similar to our borders, because again, like I said, they always say they like the way that we did our planning. So I kind of did my best to replicate that in theirs. And basically de-weeded and put a mulch down. And they have these two beautiful kind of peony plants right at the front of the house that smell stunning every summer. And yeah, just cleaned up the garden and it's looking pretty good. And then Tuesday and Wednesday were supposed to be London days, but I only ended up going to London on Tuesday. The agency that we work with are based in the Old Bailey, so that's right in the kind of city centre of London. It was a stunning day. Basically all the heads of marketing around the globe in my company came to visit, so it was quite a big day-ish because we've never met in person because everyone lives in different countries, so it was nice to meet everyone, but it was a bit of a challenge knowing what to wear. So I did buy something in Zara on Monday, and it was kind of like a Chanel-esque pink jumper that I ended up wearing. And yeah, I couldn't film that much because I was on the go. There was so many workshops during the day, and we had a team dinner in the evening somewhere called Casa de Frango, which is basically kind of like a really posh Nando's, is how I always thought of it as. But it was a lot nicer than I thought it would be, and so reasonable, and the restaurant just looked really nice. So yeah, if you haven't been, definitely go. And like I said, I was meant to go in on Wednesday, but I didn't go in because the work just stacked up. So I work in a company that for some reason we don't cover each other. So if you're off, the work just waits for you. So I was off on Friday and Monday, and on Tuesday, because I was in like a workshop day, essentially, I had so much work that piled up, and Wednesday was almost like an optional day for us, so I opted to stay at home. And I was also not feeling great, so you can probably hear my throat as well, it's a bit groggy. And it was time of the month, and I was just like, I can't deal with this. So it's been a weird week. It's been a very strange week. And to be honest, I've really enjoyed being at home because I've got so much work done, and obviously you got to spend time with Milo and Dave. I know I've spent so much time with them already, but you kind of miss home when you go into London. And yeah, just did our usual kind of dinners at home, and walks in the evening, which has been lovely. And that brings me to, yesterday we confirmed with our architect that we're going to go ahead with his drawings for our extension as well. So that's another exciting thing that happened yesterday. Today I have another half day. So you can probably tell it's before 9 o'clock at the moment. I have a lot of work to get done between 9 and 1. So yeah, need to get a move on. But it's my sister's birthday today. So we are again going to Guildford. I've been to Guildford so much. To do some shopping, and we're going out for dinner tonight as a family to a new restaurant in Haslemere, which I'll probably film this evening because yeah, it looks kind of nice and the menu looks really good. So yeah, that's my Friday. And tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, obviously it's bank holiday in England, we have no plans, which is crazy. We have no plans. So we're probably gonna film on the fly. Okay, I'm just in the car waiting for my sisters to arrive and then heading to Guildford. Just got back from Guildford, went to quite a few shops, and my sisters bought a few bits from like Lush and yeah, just like little bits and bobs. I bought these mugs because who doesn't love some more mugs? But sad times, hand wash only. So I think what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna put it in here. And to be honest, this Neptune dresser was a Facebook Marketplace find, and ever since we bought it, I've not like styled it very well, so I might do that this weekend. Guildford was a very successful trip, and it was really nice to kind of spend time with my sisters. We had a very light picky bit lunch, because obviously we're going out for dinner this evening, so we didn't want it to be too heavy. And it's actually 6 o'clock now, so it's quite late. We probably have to head off in about an hour for dinner. So yeah, I'm not doing much between now and going for dinner. I'm probably gonna like sort myself out a little bit. But I did want to say that this weekend, I completely forgot, it's the Monaco Grand Prix, and we do themed dinners or like snacks. So we usually have like a main meal, a dessert and a drink for the Grand Prix. And because it's Monaco, we thought, why don't we have some champagne? So we're gonna have some champagne. We don't just have champagne knocking about. This is actually left over from our wedding. We definitely over-ordered, which is fine because it means that we can do things like this and drink champagne on random weekends. Saturday today. We had a huge lie-in. I know I probably say this every video, but I think we needed it today because we've just had a jam-packed week. We're just gonna take Marla for a walk, and then I think the plan is grab a few bits from Waitrose for just food this evening, and then I think we're gonna come home and just chill. It's quite a like cold, windy day today. So I think, yeah, just hunker down at home is the plan. And then tomorrow, I think we are going to go to a classic car show in Haslemere in the morning and come back and watch the Grand Prix, walk Milo, and then my sister's hosting like a burger evening with all of our family, basically. So yeah, it should be fun. It should be a fun bank holiday weekend. Very chill, so I'm sorry that I'm not filming anything too exciting, but come with us for our weekend. After we walked Milo up Bournemouth, we made our way to Waitrose to get some supplies for the day. It was really tricky finding easy monegasque recipes, so we definitely cheated a little bit with some French and Italian cured meats and cheeses. Our favourite part of the meal was the creamy pecorino dip, which we've not tried before and was delicious with some freshly baked baguette. Also managed to find some French chilli jam at the Waitrose cheese counter just to keep everything a little bit more authentic. And then a creme brulee for dessert. This whole shop came up to about £35, so actually quite expensive, but we did get a few more bits that wasn't part of the Monaco meal. We made steak tacos with chimichurri in the evening, so that's why you can see the parsley and the chilies, and of course had some Haribo and ice cream for dessert that evening. Assembling the meal did not take much time at all, as you can imagine, because we didn't have to cook much of it. We only had to put the baguettes in the oven, which was super easy. I'm serving up on a White Company Portobello, I believe is the range, White Company serving plate. The Portobello range is definitely a fave in our household. We have a lot of serveware and most of our kind of crockery is from there as well. I only have one regret for this serving plate, which is I wish I added some carrot sticks and cucumber sticks so that we could have dipped it into the pecorino dip, but c'est la vie, it's a one-off. For our drinks, obviously we have the champagne, but I opted to have a little bit of Chambord in mine because it just sweetens the drink. I think it's in a cocktail as well, but I can't remember the name of it. The drinks were delicious, the food was delicious, so no complaints. I think Dave actually said this was his favourite Grand Prix meal, which feels like a cop-out because it was so easy to make. The qualifying race was so good and we cannot wait for the race tomorrow. So yeah, so overall a huge success, and what a way to finish off a meal with my favourite dessert, creme brulee.